Good evening, boys and girls, and welcome to your Niconin. So, we do have the task, the glorious task of moving the Union forces out of Washington, D.C. Now, I do not know if that's possible, and I do not know if that's the right course of action, and instead, if we should try and concentrate on removing the forces from around Washington and try to isolate the Union forces. Which is not a bad idea, actually, thinking about it. It would definitely open us up to a few more actions. So I think what I might do instead of moving this force over here and wasting that time, is I think I'm going to move these forces north instead. Right, I don't want you moving by riverine, I want you moving by rail. So come on, let's do this one again. I also will be making a tutorial series for the Geode games in the future, so if you guys want to comment down below with what you'd like to see, what you think could help you out. Right, we're not going to be able to move on the rails annoyingly. At least I don't think so. Right, there we go. We could be there in about 19 days. Now, that's taken a long time. If I move by riverine, that's 24 days. Nowhere near fast enough for me. Right. We could be there in 7 days. If we combine this force... 22 days still. We could be at Friedrichstown in about 19. That's not good enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to send 442 strength over here. About 11,000, about 13,000 men. That should do nicely, I suppose. At least for the time being. Right, what do you have in your force? You should just have the Virginia Dragoons. Right, so just conscript cavalry then. Okay. This conscript cavalry could be quite useful actually, so I think what we'll do then is we'll have, actually your supply range and a deep raider. Deep raider. Yeah, you're actually really quite handy. You will do nicely for my future patterns. So we're gonna have the commander march out. We're gonna try and destroy the rails over here if we can. So we are going to have them avoid enemy combat. But if I can get these guys behind here and into Baltimore, then at least I can break the rails in Baltimore again. And if I can keep breaking the rails in Baltimore, we'll be good. We also have our forces over here that are going to take these towns away from the Union forces. Right. Let's try this then. Then we'll head over here. We're just looking for the Union foundries, basically, like over here, Washington, Springfield, Windsor, sorry. Yeah, there's quite a few out here. What do we have over here then? This is Industries and Armory. Interesting. We have bypass of Powder Mill, unfortunately. Oh, we should have taken those. I don't know why we haven't taken those. Right, okay. Excuse me. Right, we'll try and take these again then, because I really do need to get these towns under my control. I'm surprised that we haven't had them under our control yet, but... I can't state enough how much we need them. Now, what do I do with Beauregard? I could keep Beauregard here. That's a possibility, but he's not going to be able to build up his force once again. So I think what we might do is have Beauregard cross back across the river. And go for something like that. Okay. Right. He'll be there in about 5 days with his forces. That's not that quick. 17 days over there. So I think what we'll do instead with you is have you head over there. But let's see. We could get you there in 12 days, that'll do nicely. 13 days until you get there. We'll have you over here, actually. Well, actually, no. We'll have you continue on your way over there. You'll be there in about 13 days. Interestingly, this is the shortest route. Okay. So we have these artillery pieces over here. That's a large force, actually. I do need to respond to that. 12 days. Right, that's one command point. What do I want to do with this? I think what I want to do with these cavalrymen is have them ride over here to Friedrichstown, or Frederickstown, whatever the hell it is. I've said so many different names for it, I've just started to run out now. Yeah, so I think we'll have those guys march out over there, and possibly try and capture the supply if there's indeed anything over there. And then we could try and break the rails again. Then, if you'd like to ride over here... Where's that connection? The connection's actually over here then, so we'll have you ride up north. And if you could do that, that would be divine. Right, so we have some more forces over here. We have cavalry, regulars. We still have our forces out over here that are holding, which is quite nice considering there's a large force on the other side of the river. Can we have them build anything? No, not really. Right. We need to find more forces. We have some supply over here that would be very much appreciated in the north. We'll have it sent over there, then at least that would allow that brigade to move out independently. We have more cavalry over here with the cavalry artillery, which is quite handy. I would like that over there. Have them move by Riverine, they'll be there in 12 days. This force just needs to stay here for the time being. So we'll have that force once they get across the river to enter the structure. And we have our forces over here. They should hopefully keep them at bay by bombarding them, which is lovely. We have some volunteers being constructed over here. Okay. Right. Camden, Riddell. Okay. We have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of things to do. Namely, I do need to deal with these US cavalry forces, but we do have these Western volunteers and, of course, the brigade. Now, I do have the forces over here. He is active, so I think I will have him pursue battle. If we can destroy the forces of General Nathaniel Leon, then that will be quite helpful and beneficial in the long run. Now, we do have some plans over in the north. Well, in the Midwest. I want to make my way across the Union's plains over here. We'll capture these forts if we can. If not, then oh well. But yes, I do want to get out over here into Colorado. If I can get into Colorado and start capturing cities like Denver, Golden City, just stuff like that. Just lots and lots of these different cities out here. Then at least I should be able to cause some kerfuffle for the Union forces. I mean, I'd like to try and get up here to Montana. There's not really anything of value over here in Montana other than just waving a dick in the face of the Union forces, which I do find quite amusing. But if it keeps, well, if it has them pull back forces from valuable fronts like over here, then that would be most valuable to the Confederacy. So we do have some cavalry over here. Now, cavalry are incredibly important, so I'm going to have these guys ride out and try and capture some of these ports. Sorry, not ports, forts. We have Las Vegas over here. I'll try and get Valencia, Albuquerque, and then on to Santa Fe and Las Vegas. I do believe Santa Fe will have a garrison, of course. We don't have any more options right now. I can develop this territory to give us some more loyalty. We have about 56% loyalty over here, so I'm going to increase that loyalty. That will do wonders for us over there, especially as it will help out our supply situation, hopefully. We do have these forces in Mississippi, not in Mississippi, in New Orleans, I should say. Right, the Manassas is ready. Now, the Manassas is an incredibly good warship, and I would very much like this in taking the fort over here in the north. So if we can have the Manassas make its way to Hampton Roads, it's going to take a hell of a long time. 121 days is yeah, it's no joke. But in 121 days, well, in about 41 days, we'll have the CSS Virginia, which will be good. We have our forces out over here. Is their battle power really so low? Their combat power is so low. Apparently so. But there's only 2 ships over here, apparently. I don't know what these 2 ships could actually be. So we'll have them go on a conservative attack. If they can actually attack these forces and take them out, granted they're most likely trade ships or something like that, then we might be able to do some damage. But that does raise the question of where the Union fleet actually is. We see 4 ships there. We see some ships in the blockade boxes and the shipping lanes. But where's the rest of the Union Navy? That's what concerns me, ladies and gentlemen. The Union Navy is unaccounted for. And that usually means that they're going to try and make some kind of go at the south. Which, It's definitely a certainty. I mean, we do have the Plymouth Squadron over here. We do have the gunboat. I'm going to leave the gunboat over here. I can't move these forces out due to the fact of these fortress guns. Sorry, fort guns. We did bloody use that artillery, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but oh well. What I do need to do is take control of the waters around Fort Hampton. Is it Fort Hampton? What's the actual name of it? Fort Monroe. I need to take control of the waters around Fort Monroe. So let's see, can I have these forces start firing on the enemy over here? Right, artillery bombardment on passing ships, so hopefully they should be able to do some damage to them. Right, so Beauregard's going to move out over there. You, my good sir, you will move over here to take his position. You will move over here. That's good. Now, I can't actually have Beauregard over here to replenish. So I think what we'll do then is we'll have Beauregard move out over here. Beauregard can head over to Manassas. He can recover troop numbers. Do we have any reserves? We have 25 reserves right now. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but I'm going to hope it is. These forces are moving out over there. So we can't deal the death blow to the Union this turn. And we might not be able to, we might not be able to deal the death blow to the Union forces at all for quite some time yet. I just don't have the cohesion or the numbers right now. Right. Oh, right, so we have news from Liverpool. Our naval purchasing agent reported from Liverpool that there are no iron ships in England that can carry the weight of big guns, but that he has arranged contract with 2 eminent builders for a gun vessel each, for a completion date of 9 months hence. Okay, so that's definitely a historical event, of course. I can't remember the names of the ships, but they were fine ships. Though I do believe they were wooden ships, which is not exactly great, but it would make sense as, of course, the ironclad was a fairly recent invention. It definitely did change naval warfare, really. It did shake things up in Europe, especially as the Kaiser around this time basically looked towards the German fleet and, yeah, caused a lot of things in the future. So we do have... Actually, I've overlooked the opportunity that we have at Fairfax. I have definitely overlooked that opportunity. Okay. So we're going to build a depot here then. Now we have an opportunity here that we could use to strike at the Union. If we assault Alexandria, then that may bring the Union to bear upon us, at least this force. Now that could work out to be a really bad idea, or it could work out to be a really good idea. It all depends really on your perspective on this. I mean, we don't have a breach, but we do have overwhelming forces. We do have reinforcements on the way. We could have further reinforcements on the way as well. Now these men, how quickly could they be there? Right, I need to put this artillery in there, and this over there. Now I think what I may do is in fact move these forces over there. They'll be there in about 11 days. These forces instead will move here. They'll be there in about 2 days. That's a lot better. We'll have these men stay within Harper's Ferry. Now, we're relatively undefended on that flank right now, which is something of an issue, but we'll be able to deal with it. Let's see. Evans Brigade, what do you have? Or Evans Brigade. You have the Louisiana Infantry, the Cavalry, right, so you have conscript infantry. Fair enough. So what we're going to do then is we're going to send these volunteers, about 1,350 men, over here to Frederickstown, and that will do for now. At least we'll have about just over 1,000 men in the garrison there. These forces will regain how much cohesion? 1.55 a day. 1.55 a day is pretty good. What is our cohesion right now? It's about 47 out of 78. Yeah, 47 out of 78, 56 out of 78 with these guys. So we should be able to recover that cohesion fairly quickly. And if we can have the opportunity to strike at the fortress. So I don't know if we can go for a conservative assault. I don't think that really makes too much sense. But of course, this could go very badly. But there's not many other ways I can draw out the Union. If I can draw them out across the river, then I do have a certain chance. Of course, this could go badly wrong, and it's really debatable as to whether I should do this, because I could surrender my position over here. Of course, we could see that the forces do not actually come to help out in Alexandria at all. So I think we're going to send more forces to the area. Right, we have some more forces over here, actually. We have these men. 3,000 men. Do I have any generals or any captains or anything nearby? Where's that piece of shit that I always, slag off? I can't remember his name. Where is he? Yeah, that's that piece of shit. But he already has some men. I need more leaders. I just don't have any leaders that are free right now, which is a bit of a shame. Well, we don't have enough leaders due to the fact that we have the problem that we can't make cores, which is of course an issue. Now, I could leave those men over there, or I could have these men actually go over there as well. But what we'll do then is we'll have these men travel up here then. Or in fact, I'll have them travel to Harper's Ferry. They'll be there in about 10 days. At least at Harper's Ferry, they can support any attacks on these regions over here, which is fine. What we need to do is make sure that that force can't move up to hurt us. Hopefully we can take these forces over here. Hopefully we can try and burn our way across the Midwest. We do have the cavalrymen over here as well, so I'm going to tell them to break rails and break hearts along the way. Destroy race structures, yep. No, we're not going to spend 5 days over here to burn down the farms. It's not worth it. They're being denied this right now anyway, which is fantastic for us. Okay. They have some transports over here. If I could rob those, I could use it to create some havoc on the riverways. Right, we have these guys being built. We have those Union volunteers. No, those are Union regulars. Ooh, regulars are going to be difficult to deal with. If it was militia, that wouldn't be too bad. Right. So we do have a lot of cash. We do have a good amount of conscripts. So I do think that we should, in fact, start building some volunteer forces in the south, the very far south. Chiefly due to the fact that I know the Union is a dick, and I know what they're going to do. They're going to try and invade me at some point down here. So if I can try and beat them to it, well, you know what I mean. Try and anticipate what they're going to do. So that's 150 men, so that is very cheap. 10 cash, 5 conscripts. It's... right, these require war supply, that's why they're so cheap. Though we do get about 450 men. I was asked to actually recruit some Floridian volunteers. I will do that actually. Do I not have any Floridian volunteers? Oh, there we go, Florida volunteers. Okay, so we'll recruit some Floridian volunteers. Right, there's a really weird rail line over here. Okay, these are Floridians, so we're gonna recruit them over there. Okay. I might build up a few rangers, actually. So we're gonna build up some rangers over here, so we'll go for like 2 units in each or something like that. At least these men could form something of a defense, really, along the rivers and the coast. Righty-o. So, of course, we are lacking in light infantry. Can I replace that? Well, we already have that being replaced next turn, so that's pretty good. Do we have any other options available to us right now? We do have the Liverpool, but that's not something we can do right now. We could move the capital to Atlanta. It would be very prudent to move it to Atlanta. It would be very prudent. But we'll see how the war goes, and I did say I was going to move it, but, I mean, I don't know. It only costs us 5 morale. The government has decided to move the capital away from the front line and the advancing enemy. This shall unfortunately reduce our confidence in the nation and discourage our foreign supporters. Ooh, foreign intervention minus 15. We'll see how it goes with this sort of attack over here then. And if it goes badly, then I think I will move the... I don't know, we'll see. Because I do want to try and see if I can get foreign intervention. I've never actually seen it work, but hey-ho, there's always a first time for everything. Right. 19 minutes of really quick rambling is over. Of course, we do have these naval forces out over here. 2 ships. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave them as it is with the current situation. So there was a few battles last turn, of course. Let's see. We have a siege in Fort Monroe. No, nothing happened there. Right, so we gained 6 war supply to our harbours. That's what I like to see. Okay, we destroyed most of the stockpile in Carrollton. Yeah, that was a big loss. I really wish we'd not lost that. God damn it, though. Right. News from Liverpool and be driven away from South forever. Today in Richmond, President Davis proclaimed the banishment of foreigners who did not recognise the government of the Confederacy, to purify our citizenry, so that only those professed loyalty may remain of the Congress, resolved that all males 14 years or older who were citizens or residents of the United States and did not become citizens of the Confederate States would be subject to arrest, imprisonment, and deportation. Those who wished to shed their alien status could take an oath of allegiance to the Confederacy, and those who did not wish to do so were guaranteed a period of safety to leave. Interesting, I wonder how that'll work out. Right, we do have these forces over here. I mean, it's a big issue, but I could try and artillery bombardment these ships. That might work out nicely. If I can try and cause some hits to them and try and force them away from the actual bay over here, that could really swing things over there. Right. Bloody hell. Lots of rambling. Not much action, so let's change that then. What are my options on action? We'll just save the turn here, go to options. Where am I looking here? I'm looking for the... There we go, battle animation is on medium, so we should be able to see the battles play out quite nicely. Just save once more, because I'm superstitious like that. So, off we go, men. Now, this could go badly. It could go absolutely terribly. Or it could go well. There's only two options at the end of the day, so let's roll the dice and see what we get. The issue is, of course, they do have a significant amount of strength over here, 2048, and that is a significant amount. So what I want to try and do is I want to try and bring them into battle under unfavourable circumstances for the Union. If I can do that, then I can start chiseling away at their momentum, which was good. I imagine these rails will be repaired in the following turn. Yeah, 2045, 399 over here, then probably 1,000 over here, I'd imagine. Okay. Our forces are shifting. Right then, so this is the important battle. Are we going to see the Union intervene? If they don't, they lose Alexandria. It looks as though they're going to lose Alexandria. They have indeed lost Alexandria. We wiped out that force. Ah, dear. Right, okay, that's a significant amount of men, and that just wiped out my cavalry. Shit. Okay. Oh good, I thought they'd been brought to battle, so I need to keep that evade combat on. Right then, so we did have some interesting results then. Manassas is not actually ours, what the hell? How is that? What? Come on, really? We got the fort batteries, but we haven't got Manassas? Are you kidding me? How have they not recovered? Yeah, you're goddamn right. Now this is interesting. We have Nathaniel P. Banks over here. We have this force over here of Blenkers. We did manage to get our cavalry over here, that's quite good. We have taken control of the province as well. Very, very good. So we're going to destroy that rail. We'll destroy the rail at Baltimore. And, yeah, evade combat. Now what do we want to do? I think we're better off just heading over here, trying to get to these rails as well. Destroy those rails. Well, namely, I'd like to destroy the rails at Philadelphia as well. These forces aren't ready yet, though we do have these reservists over here. Now, that's a decent amount of strength. Like, what do we have over here? About 5,367. Yeah, we do have about 1,000 over here. Nowhere near enough to hold that line. We do have these forces over here, which of course could come to help. They'd be there in about 9 days. 9 days should be okay. Now, I'm very surprised that we didn't actually take the fort this turn. I would have sworn that we could have. Do we have the depot over here? It looks as though we do have the depot. So at least we should start to have some supplies flow back into that force. We did actually gain some national morale, which is quite nice. Demonstrations. We'll have some demonstrations in Washington, D.C. trying to swing that loyalty towards us, make it easier on us. We'll have a runner over here. We'll have another runner, I don't know, over there, because why the fuck not? Ah! The Navy has actually pulled out. Fantastic. It's that Union detachment. If that Union detachment wasn't there, we'd be able to take them. But we don't have that opportunity with that amount of forces. We are, of course, running low on supply. Now, we could be there in 10 days, which is prudent. I think what we'll do then is we'll have these supplies move out over there. They'll be there in about 7 days. They can spend about another few days, about just over a week, replenishing their supplies over there. And then we should be good to go. Surely you're not on 370 strength. Yeah, that's more like it. I don't know where these fort batteries came from. I'm going to assume the actual fort here. I'm really surprised that we didn't take it in that turn. It is rather surprising. Okay, so we're going to take another swing of the dice. There's not much else that we can do right now. We do have a lot of forces over here. And that's 9,130 men with 41 cannons. We have 23 cannons over here. We have 18 cannon here. These, if they even count in battle, I'll make sure they do count in battle, actually. Right, we'll have them on that. There we go. Now, I don't know if they'll actually fight within the battle, but extra cannon could be quite important. So we have these forces over here. Okay. Now, Shelby did do well over here. But he is outnumbered now, so what we need to do is we need to have him evade combat. So, evade combat. Then I want you to head over here to the fort. I want you to head into Ferguson and basically recuperate. Right, we do have the Indian forces over here, the Indian chief. That's good to see. Now, should we destroy this fort? It's a possibility. Don't get me wrong, it's a possibility. How long would it take? Right, it'll not take long. So what we'll do then is we'll destroy the fort. We'll head down here. We'll come back down and we'll sweep down into Pleasant. Take out the Union forces in Pleasant. Remove that US cavalry from play. Yeah, there's a lot of forces over here. Are we moving? Yes, we are. They moved a lot slower than I thought they would have. So we're going to have to go into here. Edit these movement plans, movement orders. Right, we'll go for Adams. Isn't there an Air Force base over there now? Isn't that like where the US Air Force does training and stuff? But anyway, we'll move out over there, and then we can try and reach Denver sooner. We have our forces over here. They were successful, which is very nice to see. It's good to have that turn in our favour. We do have some militia over here, which would be very much welcome over here. You know what? St. Louis is looking fairly open right now. 17 days we could be over there. This is the problem, we don't have any cavalry over there. These forces are still not ready. They'll be ready in a few turns or when something comes near. We do have these forces over here. I'd love to try and get them over here to Springfield. They could be there in about 52 days. If you move by Riverine, they could be there in 18 days. That would be sufficient for my needs. We do have this force. I completely forgot about this force. This force is really welcome. Right. Could we move up the river from here? Could we move up the river to Wayne? I could move up the river from here to the fort over here. It'd take about 17 days, which is worth it. Okay. Conservative attack in case of anything that goes wrong. Did we capture anything? We captured the fort over here. That's worth it then. Yeah, we have some rangers. Have the rangers head out. We'll have the rangers head out, take that fort as well. And then they can head back up here to Bascon. Well, actually, I want to make sure they take that fort. So we'll be there in about 9 days. Enter the fort after, and then make sure it's in our possession. Okay. New Orleans is defended right now. We do have our forces over here. Oh, did I only make one? Oh well, fair enough. At least they're available. The issue is the forts. We would be better off having more forces in our forts, but we don't really have that luxury right now. Okay. Right then. Transported 20 supplies overseas. That's fine. We failed to force march our forces at Fort Campbell. Were they... Oh, right, I see. They were delayed. Okay, guys, we are approaching the end of the episode, of course, so enjoy it while you can. Yeah, so thank you for watching, guys, and do not forget to subscribe, and do let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in the tutorial series, so goodbye for now, and until next time.